Hey guys, before I do a guitar lesson here, I do want to do a shout out to a couple guys. Tactical Gearhead, I'm going to put a link to his channel below. He's a good guy, a very good guy. Old friend of mine. I think he had the name of his channel was different before. I can't remember the name of his channel before, but it was not Tactical Gearhead before, but it is now. And also, want to do a shout out to Southern Paladin. A lot of you guys already know who he is, but if you do not, I will put a link to his channel below as well. But to answer your question, Mr. Palestine, yes, you are absolutely right that there are significant differences between the Telecaster and the Stratocaster as far as the way that the bridge is designed and how it's not a part of the body of like it kind of floats up off the body of the guitar. You can make those changes to just about anything. You can change the bridge on a Les Paul even and add a tremolo bar. I like to call it a tremolo bar. People call it a whammy bar, whatever. It's just it's the bar that comes up and you go like this, and it just kind of it loosens the strings and then tightens them back up, and so it just gets that meow kind of feel to it. You can do that to a Telecaster if you want to, but yeah, the main thing with the Stratocaster, it does typically have 3 pickups. I have seen Stratocasters that have 2 pickups, and typically a Stratocaster will have a humbucker in there somewhere as well. So, but yeah, what I was referring to was mainly like the sound that you get out of a Stratocaster and a Telecaster. Very, very, very similar, those 2 sounds. So they're very, very similar, those 2. So much different than a Les Paul. A Les Paul is just straight up powerful, much more powerful guitar. But anyway, got that part out of the way. I do want to talk a little bit about guitar theory, and maybe we'll get some different people that will subscribe to this channel now that I'm talking about some different stuff. I mentioned in my video about how to play Night Train by Guns N' Roses. I talked about how the C scale, the C major scale and the A minor scale were the exact same thing. And I think that's a really important thing. That was one of the most eye-opening things that I ever learned at. And that was something that I had to take lessons to learn. I may have figured it out on my own eventually, but the guy who gave me lessons, he was such a great guy. He was a super nice guy, like this sort of long-haired hippie metal dude, but the nicest, I mean, he was just such a great guy. I wish I could talk to him again nowadays. I really wish I could find, I don't remember what his name was. I only took like 4 or 5 lessons from the guy, but what a super nice guy he was. He used to give me so many compliments and tell me how like tasteful my playing was. He just encouraged me, and that was awesome. And I was just like this, 17-year-old kid that like I thrived on compliments. I really needed somebody like him to tell me that he thought that my guitar playing was good. It really helped me. Anyway, let's talk about scales really quick, and it's basically called the relative minor theory, and I want to talk about that really quick. Relative minor theory says that there's a major, okay? So this is a C major chord that I'm playing right here, which can also be played down here, right? It's just an octave lower. Octave higher is up here, okay? Your C major scale, that's your typical do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And what makes the C major / A minor scale so popular, why everybody talks about the C major scale. They don't talk about the D major or the E major or the F major or the G major or any of that. They talk about the C major scale. And the reason why the C major scale is so popular is because there's no sharps or flats in it. All of the notes in the C major scale are actual true notes. There's no flats. So you got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. There's no flats or sharps in there at all. There's no A flat, A sharp, G flat, G sharp, F sharp, nothing. They're all true notes. Okay, so let's take this note, and that's on the 5th string, as you can see. Well, the same note can be played on the 6th string, but way up here, right? C down here, C up here. And then if you want to do the C scale up here, it's, and down here it's, see how that's the exact same notes, just different position, right? Starting here and starting here. So let's take it a little bit a step further. Why I like doing the C scale in this position as opposed to this position is because you have much more versatility. You can go from your low C all the way up to high C, where you can't do that here. Like you can go. But up here you can go. Oops. So again, it's just more versatile, so I like playing it up here a little bit better because you can play a lot more variations like. So again, let's talk about now, why is there a relative minor? The relative minor, the easiest way to figure out what a relative minor of a chord is you just go a step and a half down. Okay, so let's talk about what a step is, and let's talk about what a half step. On a guitar, a half step is just one fret down. Therefore, a whole step would be what? 2 frets down, right? So 2 frets down would be a whole step. So if we're up at C, a half step down, in this case, would be a B, but a whole step down would be an A sharp or a B flat, whatever you want to call it, A sharp, B flat, same thing. So C to B to B flat to A. So if this is a whole step, then this is a step and a half, 1.5 steps down. So anytime that you have a major chord 1.5 steps down and playing a minor is the relative minor. How many times have you heard that? It's the same thing here. Just different variations. But so the relative minor theory goes like this, basically. If you're playing in C, so once again, talk about the C scale. But we'll play the full all the way up and all the way down. Now let's play an A minor scale, which is A is here. Oops. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. No, you're good. My wife just made me some food. So A minor, right? That's A. But these are all the exact same notes. So listen. Now we're going to do A minor, but we're going to start with the C. Same exact notes, just in a different position. That's all it is. Did the same thing. So in other words, if somebody's jamming in A minor, you can solo in C major. And conversely, if somebody's jamming in C, somebody's just jamming in C, right? You can solo in A minor. That's why those are relative minors, okay? So now let's take the same rule and let's move it somewhere else, okay? Remember, the rule is a step and a half down. So if you are playing in G, for example, What's a step and a half down? It's 3 frets down. G, down to F sharp, down to F, down to E. So E minor is the relative minor of G major. So let's jam in G. Picture this. Picture somebody jamming in G. And now I'm going to solo in E minor up here. So that's the relative minor theory, and it really, really helps you. First of all, you got to learn the scales. You got to learn the scales in all their different positions, okay? That's the number one thing that you want to do, is learn as many different positions as you possibly can. So again, C major scale in this position is the same as C major scale in this position. Is the same in this position. So this should help you guys out. I'm sorry I make these videos so long, and I don't mean to, but these are really for guitar players who are interested in learning theory and learning. They're really just like tips and tricks to make it look like you're like some kind of a genius on the guitar, where you're really not. You're just following certain rules, and it really helps you when you're doing improvisation. Just play around with scales. As long as you're playing in the correct scale, it'll sound good. All right, guys, take it easy.